Hello everybody, my name is Ipileng and welcome to my channel. It is the beginning of the year and I was just having this thought of, because I was just reminded of all the first years that are going to university. Others are studying for the very first time, others are coming back as second years, and others and so on. And I was thinking how nice it would be if, hypothetically, in a fictional world somewhere, if we could, the person that graduates, when I graduate, I also get the opportunity to go to first year and tell my future self something. Ipiling that graduated last year goes to meet Ipiling very first day of varsity 2018, and they talk. And I tell her, I give her the tea. What would I tell myself? And I just was like, okay, let me just make a video like that. Like, if I could go back to first year, what would I tell my first year self? Now that I've graduated, okay, I've graduated. So I did write down some points here. It kind of sums up my experience and what I was thinking and all of that. So first off is going into university. Obviously, you're going to school and you are expecting to get all the information you need right there. All the information you're gonna need to use for industry, you expect to learn everything right there. And the reality is that university mainly gives you foundational, like it gives you a solid foundation. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that university was not necessary in my career. It definitely was. It gave me a solid foundation. However, there were certain things that were lacking. Okay? And the things that were lacking for me was definitely the international frameworks, the frameworks that are used in industry, right? The introduction to Angular, React. These are things that I didn't have access to in university. I honestly didn't. And then what else? Cloud platforms. I do know that UT does have like an initiative, Nyana, or whatever, partnership with AWS, because that's where I first heard about AWS. A friend of mine was like, oh yeah, I think over the weekend AWS, they had whatever, like a knowledge something at TUT. And then the people that usually go to university during the weekend, they told, I had a friend that usually went to school over the weekends and came back and told me, I was like, yeah, you should check out AWS. And I was like, no. Obviously I did. But at the time I was like, no. And what else? Programming skills. I mean, to be fair, TUT, you program, it's very technical. It's a university of technology, meaning that I got to program. Literally, our exam, I was programming. That was the exam. They gave me we were examined on data structures and algorithms, so it was actual implementation and not just reading about it. I don't know how other people do it, but I got to do that. And I got like a really foundational experience of debugging. So yeah, I mean, if I'm being fair, I did get certain exposure, practical programming. I got to understand that. I got to understand data structures, algorithms. I got to understand information systems, data flows, and stuff like that. Databases, my introduction. I got databases in university. Okay, I got to learn Postgres and SQL. I got that all from TUT. I did. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so that was point number one, that all the information that you get to university is pretty solid, but it's not really giving you access to all the other practical frameworks that are actually being used in industry. I remember coming out of university and I was thinking, what am I gonna do? What job am I gonna get in South Africa that uses C++? I remember every time I would search for jobs, it would just be jobs coming up from Netherlands. I will never forget, I got so annoyed. I was like, so where are the C++ jobs in South Africa? And that kind of also scared me a bit, because now I was now having like a career identity crisis. Like, I have skills, What do I do with them? I don't see any companies with C++ here. What do I do? Right? But yeah, I mean, that's a topic for another day. But of course, you go and learn other things. They do like to say that when you are in IT, it's a continuous learning type of career. You will never stop learning. So yeah, that is number one. So be prepared to kind of always supplement. Be prepared to always supplement your educational knowledge, whatever you're getting at school, with your other stuff. Obviously, you just go and research industry. What do you want to be? Why are you learning computer science? Why are you doing this? Learning software development, learning multimedia, learning whatever, app development, whatever. Why are you learning that? It is to essentially become a software developer. So what skills do software developers have? Go and create a LinkedIn account. I think at this point LinkedIn should just pay me for promoting them. Create a LinkedIn account. Go and check job posts, the skills that they require, and you will understand. You will understand my career crisis that I had back in 2020, 2021. Yeah. So that was point number one, which leads to point number two. While you're supplementing your knowledge or educational knowledge, create your personal projects. I really wish I could have started my portfolio early, um, understood basically what I wanted to do, and worked hard at that. I feel like I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to get my diploma and get out of there and get a job. I didn't know what that would even entail, but I knew that I would get a job. So yeah, that point number two, creating my portfolio early. I remember getting a job interview and they were asking me about certain things, and I was just like, what is this person talking about? Like at that point I felt like pulling up my modules and giving them my curriculum or whatever, so that they can see that, ma'am, this is not included in what I've studied. It is not. I wanted to just do that because I didn't understand, like, why are you asking me about that? I don't know that. I didn't know the for each. We didn't do for each loops. We did for loops, not for each. So I didn't know the difference. If there's a difference, I didn't know. So when they asked me, I just felt like this lady is kidding me. Ma'am, I did not study that at school. Okay. So point number two would be to start your portfolio very early. Okay, you are in first year, second year, start your portfolio. Even if you just create your portfolio website, the more you keep going, the more you keep learning, you can add to it, create something, a repo, GitHub repo, hosted application or whatever. You can actually host using GitHub. So host it with GitHub and then add that link to your portfolio, to your portfolio. Because I know that we used to use Boheroku, but I care about Papano. They are making us pay. So that was point number two. Point number three is a very important one, which is hackathons. For me, this is so important. I had a misconception about a hackathon, and I think a lot of people still have misconceptions about hackathons. Not understanding what is happening there. I had a friend, it's the very same friend, and he was like, you should come to a hackathon. I was like, I don't do that. I don't hack. I don't do networking, so I don't hack. And he was just like, no, we just come up with ideas. It is not that type of hackathon. The hackathons, we come up, they give you a scenario or a problem statement, and you come up with problems. You basically hack it, hack the problem. Okay, come up with solutions that can be applied, and you develop. And I'm like, so no, I don't want to develop. That's too much pressure. Developing in one day is too much pressure for me. I don't want that. And he was trying to explain Shemwana, but he tried, but I was just like, no, count me out, sir. I look back today, I remember I went to my first hackathon, which was with Empire, EPF, Empire Partner Foundation, which is in Santon, Ilovo Street, something like that. I remember the address even. But I went there, and my very first hackathon, at that time I was looking for a job and I didn't know what to do. I saw a hackathon, I was like, let me go. Who knows? That time I was just hacking life. I got there, they gave us a problem statement. There were obviously people that had been there before. They told us, no, let's use Wix. Somehow we created like I think Wix has a dev mode, so we did a Wix dev mode whatever application, and then just to try to explain what we were thinking. Ever since, my approach has changed. I definitely am gonna do a video about hackathons because they have changed my life as a young professional, as a woman in this industry, getting to interact with other people that really respect what you're saying. Because at that point, you are not a lot of people, so every brain counts. Autwa. Everybody must bring something to the table, whatever little skill you have. If you know you are good at business analysis, bona wawela, we go in. You go in hard because we are trying to come up with a solution with strangers, mind you, strangers, people you only just met in the morning, and you have to come up with a solution. It is such a great and a nice challenge. I absolutely love hackathons. I just don't have the time for them right now, but I love them. I loved them. Okay, especially as a student, you have time. During the weekends, you just go for a weekend long hackathon, you come back, and the goodies. No, I'll make a video about hackathons. Let me leave it at that. And also, both hackathons and your portfolio, starting them earlier on, they're gonna be such great assets. I feel great things for you to flaunt in your interviews. I mean, imagine this first year or this girl, third year student coming into my interview and telling me that they have had da 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 project and they have been to this da 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 hackathon where she learned about this technology, because you learn a lot at a hackathon. They've learned about this and they were able to apply. Let me tell you, I will hire that girl running fast. I will snatch them off this job market because it shows initiative on their part. It shows that this is somebody that is willing to learn, willing to apply. They are willing to fail, because a hackathon is like that. You're willing to create something that will potentially fail, and yet you're not saying that we're not gonna win. You are going anyway. We will present it anyway, and we will present it confidently because we know that we are the ones that came up with it. So you are willing to fail, and I think it has just been really great to have been a part of these types of things, even though I did them in my after school gap year ish while I was still looking for work. I was doing the hackathons, I was doing the boot camps, like I was trying everything because, like I said earlier on, I had this skills list that honestly could not compare to what is listed on the job market. But okay. So, another point that I would like to make is that, which kind of speaks to that, is that your diploma, your certificate, your degree, whatever, your IT degree, computer science degree, whatever you want to call it, however you want to classify it, it's gonna get you into so many different roles. So don't box yourself, okay? It's okay even if you're not a software developer at the end of it. Okay, even if you're a business analyst, it's more than okay. There are people that the business analysts making money, project managers, UI UX designers. There's a variety. Data analytics, data engineers, backend developers, DevOps engineers, QA engineers. There is so much that can come out of your diploma or degree or whatever qualification that you have. So do not box it down to, oh yeah, I have to be this, and also find where your passion lies. Because I feel like with my software development qualification, my ND, I got an introduction to so many different things. I remember I did networking, I did databases, I did information systems, I did dev, I did, well, we didn't host, but I got a good foundation to a lot of things that right now I have worked for startups, small companies that, as a full stack developer, I'm working as a full stack developer. I have to have almost a lot of skills, and I'm obviously not going to be doing that full time, but I will be doing them here and there, time and time again, meaning that I have to make sure that when it comes to this, I remember when it comes to UI UX, I did that. It was myself and my other colleague. We designed that thing like our lives depended on it. Like, you go all out when it I gave the flow, which is where your information systems comes in and stuff like that. I mean, guys, I don't remember the courses names, so it could be information systems or whatever information. Rona, we called it, I think it was ISY. That was the course code at TUT. Doing the ERDs and the state machine diagrams and stuff like that, it helps you in the very early stages or the planning stages of the application, when you are involved in it in a startup. Keyword, when you are involved in it in a startup, because sometimes you're gonna be in a very big company where you won't have to design, because I mean there are designers there in the team, like hired to design specifically, and then you are there as a developer. You won't ever get to, you don't even have to, obviously you're gonna have to do your own tests, unit tests of the application, but you don't have to go out and join the QA team as well and go and test. No, you know. So yeah, I think that just gave me another idea again of something. So that was point number something, I have lost count. And then lastly, which is very important for me as a woman in IT, it's imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome for me has just attacked me, and it doesn't help when you're the only woman in the team. It does not help. It doesn't help. So one thing that I've really just been carrying over and over and over, getting into the different teams I've carried with me, is just to be confident with what I know, but also to know when to ask for help. I'm not gonna always rely on, oh yeah, why is it like, I obviously have to develop my own skills, my technical skills, I have to develop by doing, you know. But when I'm failing, obviously you set a threshold for yourself. Like, when I reach this point, I've been debugging for the past 3 days or 3 hours. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna go and now ask for help. You set such things for yourself, such constraints for yourself, so that somebody else doesn't come and, you know, that you, unfortunately there are people like that will come and just want to help even when you didn't ask for it. They will want to help, and I don't like that. Don't help me when I didn't ask for help, because you're robbing me. And if you're robbing me, you're going to be able to go around and say that I don't know how to do my job, because you have robbed me of the opportunity to learn. So I don't allow that. I don't allow people to help me when I don't need help. Don't do that. Getting into the industry, you are a woman, and let me tell you, they expect you to not know anything. So don't allow that. Don't allow anybody to come in, let me help you, man, you are too slow. Yes, let me be slow, but I will deliver. Okay, I will deliver. The deadline says this, I will deliver. You understand? That's my prerogative. Honestly, don't do it. And also just having confidence and being able to speak up for yourself. That's basically what I'm trying to sum up here. Speaking up for yourself, having confidence, and understanding and knowing, the self-awareness that's like, I know that I don't know that, so I'm not gonna say I know it when I don't know it. You know, if something's given to me and I know very well that this is above me, and this is something that needs to be delivered in a certain amount of time, I'm gonna ask for help. Hey, I'm not even gonna waste time. Especially if I know that there's somebody in the team who knows. I will have a chat with you first, try to pick your brain, try to understand, okay, so that's, I can do this and this and this, and then I go. I don't just like, don't be, I am personally an introverted extrovert, if that even makes sense. Like, around the people I know, I'm amazing. I'm bubbly, but I also have my moments. Around people I don't know, I don't talk. I'm quiet. I am quiet. I don't talk. Okay, so it's like that. Don't allow your personality to dictate how you behave at work. At work, you speak up. A lot of people, a lot of men are gonna try to pin things on you. You speak up. And one thing that is gonna help you is to accept that you are not perfect. You don't know everything. And when you don't know something, you ask for help. When you, at this point, I'm rambling. If you've made it this far, you probably just love the sound of my voice at this point. Because I'm just rambling. But if you've made it this far, good luck. And if you know somebody that needs the information to say that, hey, I know that you want to do this and this and this, you're going to school, maybe take this into consideration for your career. And then a bonus point, this has nothing to do with your career, to do with your social life at school. Bonus point, pick your friends, right? Pick them carefully. um you're gonna be in a different city. Whoever is used to fighting for you, you are used to asking da 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 for this, they won't be there to help you. Okay, you are there on your own. You are there as an adult. They, even the university accepted you as an adult. You are going there because you have the capability to be there. Do not allow friends, or don't keep friends around that try to sway you to go and do things that you shouldn't be doing. Don't do that. Like, get them out of your life. Honestly, it is easy. Cutting friends off in varsity is essential. It's an essential skill, and I am proud of that skill, because the friends that you meet and keep in varsity, those are possibly your lifetime friends. And also, even if they're not your lifetime friends, they are going to affect your whole lifetime because of how you guys spend your time together. You guys spend your time going to bars, going to this, going to this, going to this, and clubs, and doing this and this and that, instead of studying when you knew very well that you were supposed to be studying. They affecting your lifetime. Like, after university is literally just maximum 5 years, obviously when accounting doctors and those masters and whatever. Just 5 years of your life that you are allowing to have people that are coming in to just break and crack off the foundation of your lifetime. Your career is going to be your lifetime. So just take that into consideration and take care of yourself. If you have to cut off friends in varsity, do it, my friend, or you will thank me later. Cut them off. Okay, I understand that right now we are in the time of people, the woke people are saying that, oh no, we have a culture of that, a culture that encourages people to cut off certain people. For your future, my friend, cut them off. They keep making you spend all your allowance when you have plans for it. Pella, those are bullies. Cut them off. I've never been bullied like that, but just cut them off. Maybe there's somebody who relates. There's a bully making you spend money. If you have to change dress, change it. If you have to move back home, move back home, and you feel that rest is too much for you, move back home. There is nothing like a conducive space for you to grow, like literally creating a safe haven for yourself so that you can reach your goals. Cut them off. There's a Zimbas that you need to cut.